Hey everyone, it's Aaron from Mech Alliance here. So at this point, I'm sure everyone has seen the latest announcements regarding the new TV anime series from Mobile Suit Gundam, but just in case you haven't, we'll go over all the exciting news and info regarding the new mainline Gundam, and some extra juicy tidbits at the end as well. So today, Bandai Namco Filmworks Sunrise has announced that it will be doing a new Gundam TV anime series with Studio Khara. Yes, that's Studio Khara who brought you Shin Evangelion, Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, and Shin Kamen Rider. So could this be a Shin Gundam? The new series is called Gundam Q's. That's 6 U's and pronounced Gundam Q's, Gundam Cax, or maybe it's Gundam G-Crux. Right, we're getting into Sawano Hiroyuki's song naming territory here, but needless to say, a name like that would definitely attract a lot of attention. And like usual, Bandai also announced a bunch of new info as well as merchandise for it, so let's go over what was shown in the trailer. The series will be set in a space colony 6.4 kilometers in diameter with a gravity of 1g. In this colony, there exists a literal fight club called Clan Battle, where you have 2v2 mobile suit duels for prize money. In the duel, one person will be the main combatant and the other will be the math. Maybe some sort of assist, we don't know all the details yet. And of course, these duels are very illegal and very dangerous. Enter our protagonists, or rather, protagonists. First is Amate Yuzuriha, nicknamed Machu, a young girl who is dissatisfied with her life in the colony, having never known the real sky nor the real sea. After meeting a mysterious girl, she got involved with clan battle and begins her days as a pilot of the G-Crux. Accompanying her is a Haro with a very funky beanie. The mysterious girl that Machu met is named Nyan, most likely a code name. She's a war refugee from another colony, having ran away from it, leaving her family behind. She now works as a courier who smuggles illegal goods. Her priority is her own survival, maybe hoping that one day she can return to her homeland and find her family. Now with 2 female main characters, you can definitely smell something cooking here. And I can too. You know what's missing? A male character. And of course, we got one. The third protagonist is a young boy named Shuji. He is on the run from the military police for painting graffiti all over the outer walls of the colony. He participates in clan battle to earn money for a certain purpose, and later becomes Machu's math. Furthermore, he is the pilot of the Gundam, a mysterious mobile suit that appeared before Machu, and the G-Crux. His companion is a small version of Shin's Fido, which is pretty cute. From the trailer and information from the website, we can see that the initial settings is quite small scale, set as a peaceful colony, but there is no doubt that war exists in this timeline, but we're not sure if we'll ever get to see it. The settings is very toned down like Witch for Mercury, starting out with some small battles first. Let's talk about the main mobile suit, the G-Crux, with exactly 6 U's, no more, no less. And the first disclaimer is, this is not a Gundam, at least not yet. The G-Crux, very colorful, with a very G-Self/Gridman color scheme with red, blue, yellow, and white. The curvy and unorthodox design remind us of Evangelion, especially the Anima's design. Oh wow, it's Ikuto Yamashita as the mecha designer. Now that explains everything. The G-Crux design looks like a funky fusion between an Eva, an A-Main, and the new Nerve Ash, especially with those details on the shoulders and legs. And we're getting some very unique feet as well. Upon closer inspection, they look like thrusters with landing gears attached rather than actual feet. Those exhaust ports are very similar to the Valkyries from Macross. The chest and the entire torso is sectioned as if it is the Eva final model. And don't think we missed that little emblem there of the little Pomeranian, which is the clan Machu is in. But what's most unique about the G-Crux is definitely the head, with a large horn that can act as a cover for the eyes, which really resemble the Eva 02 in Rebuild, and some says it resembles Kamen Riders such as Kabuto or Stronger. Knowing who is working on this series, I wouldn't count that possibility out. Standard equipment on the G-Crux is a shield that looks like a giant wicker, a hit hawk, yes, the exact one the UC Zaku has, a backpack with 2 thrusters on it, The thrusters remind me of an engine exhaust of like a really souped up V8 engine, and when it flips up, the J-Quarks actually look like a race car. Later on, we'll also get a rifle that looks very similar to the Powered 8 of the AV units, and what looks like King Gainer's beam blade. Bandai has also announced a high grade as well as a metal robot spirits for the G-Crux, and the high grade will go on sale on 17th of January next year. This is one of the fastest release counting from the announcement date, just a little over 1 month. They're probably rushing this to coincide with the special cut screening that will occur on the same day. The Mobile Suit Gundam G-Crux beginning is a special cut including compilation scene from the series that will air in Japanese theaters. I reckon this is the same as Fafnir the Beyond or Rose of the Recapture, where they show the first few episodes in the cinema. Enough about the series, let's talk about the staff that's behind it. And just like always, well, to be honest, it isn't like always. We're still having some very familiar big names, but this time many of them are from Studio Khara, which we've never had before in a mainline Gundam series. Directing the series is Kazuya Tsurumaki, the protege of none other than Hideaki Anno. Kazuya himself co-directed the Evangelion franchise alongside Anno long ago, and now he is helming a Gundam TV anime series. We got series composition from Yoji Inokido. If you can recall, the G-Witch scriptwriter was the author of the Revolutionary Girl Utena novel. And guess what? Yoji is one of the writers for the Utena anime series, as well as Evangelion, Fooly Cooly, Razevon, and especially Captain Earth and Star Driver. So we can see some very spicy relationship dramas coming ahead. The character designs are by Take, who also designed for Pokemon Sun and Moon and the Zheng sister in FGO. Maybe you can see some similarities in their design here. As a tribute to one of Gainax's classics, one of the characters even resembled Nadia's Grandis. As mentioned before, we have mechanical design by Ikuto Yamashita, although I reckon there are more designers since we also get a Zaku variation in the PV. Scriptwriters, oh boy, we're getting Yoji Inokido again, but with Hideaki Anno as well. With Khara's heavy involvement in the project, you can probably say this is the Shin Gundam of Anno's dream. So far, the plot revealed are quite standard, but I'm sure it will get insane very soon, very fast, especially with what we'll talk about later. Our chief mechanical animation director is none other than the legendary Sejun Kim, an animator that has solidified his talents in the industry with his stunning work in Gundam Build Fighter, Age, G-Witch, Evangelion, Captain Earth, Star Driver, and more. I'll include the link to his Sakugas so you can admire his work. For music, we have Yoshimasa Terui, who worked on Jujutsu Kaisen and Hoseki no Kuni, and Masayuki Hasuo, who worked on Ansatsu Kizoku. For the details on the rest of the staff, you can check out the credit here from the PV or on the official website. Now let's get to the juicy stuff. You know how when every Gundam that comes out, there's speculation on which timeline it is set in? It's either a Universal Century entry or an alternate universe. But we haven't got any Universal Century main entry in a long while. And every TV series that came out after, ever since Victory, has been an AU. We don't count X since it's kinda ambiguous, Turn 8 in G-Reco doesn't count. But still, this series' aesthetic and settings are nothing like what the UC fans are familiar with, or any AU for that matter. The design is super out of place in the UC tech tree, and the settings is vastly different from the war-embroidered world of UC. But here's the catch. Some rumored leaks have said that this is actually set in an alternate Universal Century timeline, where things played out a little bit differently from what we knew of during the 1 Year War. So Chara basically succeeded in stealing the Federation's Gundam, painted it in his red color, and won the war with it. However, he vanished after the war, and 6 years later, a young boy named Shuji appeared with the same Gundam. We also have the leaked visuals, but I can't show it here. We'll include it in the description below for copyright reasons. Meanwhile, Chaliabol's Force also developed their own new type used Omega Psychomu equipped Gundam and named it Gundam Rise Heavy. codenamed Alpha Killer. Of course, this unit is also lost, but in the present day, at the start of the series, a mobile suit that strangely resembles it appeared in the hands of Machu, our protagonist, with different colors and equipments of course. The visuals will also be in the description below. If this is true, then this will be the first alternate UC to actually go in another entirely different direction and carries an entirely different notion. We don't count for the barrel because that was a fever dream. The fact that the story taking place in UC with very little mention of war and using mobile suit for prize fighting is definitely not on anyone's bingo list. With the special screening next January, we can expect the series to start in spring 2025, which should be around March or April, unless Sunrise wants to air it a bit off-season. And of course, we'll update you on news as soon as they drop. Follow us on Facebook for the latest mecha news and content. Link in the description below. If you like this video, please subscribe for more. This is Aaron. See you in the next one.